And we are on the beat. We are ready to go, folks, as always. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 20 of Music Memories featuring Arknolia Strokabine and Dr. Earl W. Brown. And we are here, folks, once again. Now, it's been a while because of my work schedule. As you know, I've been working a whole bunch of chaotic hours here. It's a couple nights, actually, a couple mornings. They had me starting at 7, 8, at 10 a.m. in there. And a couple times they had me starting at 12 noon there. But one thing that's good is at least I don't have to worry about starting at 2 or 3 in the afternoon because, I'm definitely most needed at the place I work at, definitely there. And right now, business at there is pretty kind of like slowing down a little bit there, but there's still a lot of need for the dairy stuff there. Our milk has been flying off the shelf as always, so I'm definitely occupied in that level, I guess you could say. And,
Yeah, which is a good thing.
yeah, because after the hell that I went through this past summer with the pandemic, the lockdown, the staying inside, staying home bullshit there. Thank goodness it was the shows I was doing with the YR and a couple of his crew there. That helped me keep me sane as long as with a Minnesota Vikings fan with his program, Real as Fuck TV, which I was able to finally join in on at the second hour. But I did call in on the way home for my Uber ride. But I had to get on the computer here and record the second half and upload it on my channel because, as you know, we both simulcast together on each other's channels here, like we're doing right now.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So once again tonight, I guess Arky is going to do his continuation of his top 10 list of songs from the Hollies, the Dave Clark Five, Donovan, and who was it else? I guess who was
Herman's Hermits.
Hermits, Peter Noon and his boys there. And
It's mostly going to be my list,
yeah,
but when we start moving into some of the other stuff real soon,
yeah.
Dr. Earl will have a list of his own, I hope.
Yeah, I got to work on that. But then again, you got to remember, I work my ass off. I get home,
That's
I'm
true.
tired as hell. I'm like, holy cow, I got to lay down and shit like that. There was one time and this was a couple. Almost came close to doing another double shift a couple
Oh,
days
wow.
ago. So I was like, when I got home finally, I was like, oh, I'm so beat. I gotta lay down. And I'm so tired. Blah. So that's pretty much the sum of it. So I got to really sometimes sit down, possibly when I get done with our tomorrow night's show, which will be at the same time here, 7 Eastern time. I would definitely sit down and write some of my either top 10, top 5, top 15 tracks. And of
Okay,
course,
I'll give you a list of the ones I did,
all right, go ahead
and you
here.
can, well, I mean, when
And,
we're done here.
shout out to the boy, Minnesota Vikings fan. He's in my chat right now, dude. And also shout out to Costanza. I was on Monetize This last night. One of the reasons why I don't really come on that show is because it's hard for me to get a word in edgewise, when you think about it, I mean, I enjoy being on that program, but the problem is it's hard for me to get a word or two in at times because everybody talks so much on that program.
Yeah.
But I called in because Joe was asking me, "Where's Dr. Earl? Where's Dr. Earl?" Because he knows I'm going to debate Bullfrog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess now I'm hoping did Bullfrog win on the wheel? I guess did he win? Was he able to be back on monetize this after being banned for so many months? Vikings. I'm asking them to reply in the chat because I went to bed or I just signed off and went to bed. Yeah, so yeah, Bullfrog does cut everyone off the call. Obviously, there over talks everybody. He's like what Ken says. He bulldozes everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
I say so. Shall we begin, folks?
Okay, I'm going to start with Herman's Hermits.
All right,
Okay, I got a top 15 for these cats.
all right. Yeah, Herman's Hermits, formed by Peter Noon, and I guess are they still on tour right now? Do they still do shows? Is it Hermits featuring Peter Noon? I guess it is.
I'm not sure about that. If they are, they got to be like in wheelchairs.
Oh wow.
And I say that because I'm in a wheelchair. Not an issue.
Oh.
Number 15, I got Into the World, which is their version of an old Skeeter Davis song.
Ah.
It's actually pretty good.
Okay.
And number 14, I got I'm Henry the Eighth I Am, which
Which we all know
everybody and
pretty
their
much.
mother knows that song.
Absolutely, yeah.
It was big in, of all movies, Ghost,
Hmm.
when they were driving Whoopi Goldberg crazy.
Oh man. Wait a minute, Jeebus, he's trying to call me right now, dude. Um,
Who is?
Jeebus the God. I had a little we had a good talk on the last Thursday on the Real Swag TV. Hold up there, Jeebus. I will add you to the call. You know, you gotta wait
Hope he's,
till he's
hope
okay.
he's okay with the list.
Okay. All right. So we'll find out when I add him to the call here, because I don't want to lose you, because it puts you on hold.
Okay, I'll wait, or you can call
Okay.
me back or whatever.
I'll do that. I'll answer his call right now. There. Hello, Jeebus. Ah, screw that. Son of a bitch, dude. I put him on hold, motherfucker. God, I'm trying to get. There you are.
Yes.
Yeah, I tried to add him in, but sadly he wasn't able to. For some reason, he just. I'll try to get. I'll add him to the call here, because there you go. I'm gonna add him to the mix here.
Well, it's nice to have people if they can actually.
Absolutely, yeah. We welcome a lot of people call-ins, a lot of opinions and the stuff here. Let's see if he has anything to say about your list here. Definitely. He tried contacting me a couple of times, say, what's up, bro? How you doing there? We had a good conversation this past Thursday. There you are.
Whoa.
Jeebus.
Wow, is he on a racetrack?
I think he's outside. He's on his cell phone, I believe. Correct?
Does it sound shitty? Does it sound windy?
It sounds a little. It sounds a little. I know it's hard to hear your voice a little bit there.
Sounds
All
like
right.
you're on a racetrack.
Sounds like a racetrack. Well, no, that's cool. I'm gonna call me right back. All right.
I'll call you right back. Got you, dude.
All right.
All
Cool.
right.
Thanks.
Okay.
While we're waiting for him, number 13, I have his Listen People.
Uh huh.
Say something if you've never heard of these songs, because I'm kind of curious.
I only heard "I'm Henry VIII" and "Mrs. Brown, You Got a Lovely Daughter." I know I've heard those two songs in the past there a few
Well,
times before. On
I might mention a few that you'll go, oh, yeah. That's what I'm kind of hoping anyway.
all right, so I definitely know what on some of the other lists, definitely for sure. And the only song I know from Dave Clark 5 is, of course, "Glad Over." So I'm
Well,
definitely
those guys had a
I'm
ton of hits.
all right. So I'm definitely due for an education here, no doubt about that.
Okay, number 12 I've got is Leaning on the Lamppost.
All right. Kind of a song where you're just like standing on the corner there, observing everything around you.
That's pretty much how it goes.
Nah.
Uh, then number 11 I got Hold On, which is actually from a movie, but I don't know if Herman's was in the movie or not. I'm not that familiar with it.
All right.
Number 10 I got a song called She's a Must to Avoid.
All right. And he's calling back again. All right.
Okay, go ahead and get that.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Oh yeah, so this should work here. Let's see what we've got.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm not the only person in the world that's heard of these songs.
All right. Well, definitely, like I said, this is a good education of all the cats out there who would not only know the two main songs that I mentioned.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right. Let's see. Let me try. Okay, let me get this. I tried that and said, hold on a second. Jeebus? Dude, you're loud, dude.
Sorry about that, dude.
It's okay, man. So what's going on?
Am I coming?
Yeah, you're coming in a lot better than before, man. But
All
it's
right,
now
guys.
all right. It's oh yeah. It looks like on your icon there it says a little bit of lag in there. One of those lagging circles that we see all the time.
Yeah,
All right. So what's going on, Jeebus?
you're on there with Wandy.
Am I
Is
what?
the Wandy there?
No,
The
Wandy's
Wandy?
not. No, it's me and Arknolia Strokebean.
Oh, Akwolna.
What? Arknolia.
He's your Arknolia. He's your partner on the what
On
is
the-
it? You guys are doing music review right now?
Yeah, we're doing music memories. It's a series
How's it
we
going,
have.
man?
We're doing pretty good. We're like we said, we're doing Arknolia has a list of top 10 songs from various artists from the 60s, like Donovan, Herman's Hermits, the Dave Clark Five, and a couple others. And let's see if I can. Arknolia, you still there, dude? No response.
Sorry about interrupting your show. I didn't actually know you were live, my dude.
Oh, yeah. It's okay, man. You know, well, if
All
we're
right.
if,
Hey,
if,
let
you're-
me join in on this show and let's hear some of these.
Okay,
You know?
now I'm there.
there you are, dude. I
Hey.
was hoping that, you know, Jeebus, say hello to Arknolia
Arknolia.
Strokebean. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, hello, sir. I've heard a lot about you and listened
was
to a
good.
bunch of your shows here. And it sounds like you're pretty knowledgeable in that old school stuff, man. That's awesome.
Well, that's because I am old school.
Yeah, we're both
You are
old
old.
school, dude. We both are old school dudes.
And like that music and follow everything, you know?
Yes.
Who's the bass player of this band? Who's the, lead guitarist on this band? You guys are pretty knowledgeable. So that's awesome, man.
Thank you.
Keep it going.
Yeah, definitely spread the word about our shows here. We should be doing another one tomorrow night at the same time here.
Yep.
And we'll do a different list, obviously. There's no point in repeating this one.
Yeah.
I haven't looked yet, but I'll look in a minute to see what I got. I was up to number 9 on Herman's Hermits. Do you know about Herman's Hermits? Jeebus?
I don't know about Hermits, no.
Oh, they were a 60s band that came along with the many others during the British invasion of the 1960s. Along with the,
Yeah,
the
the
Beatles.
Kinks, the Stones, the Beatles, the Yardbirds.
Okay, number 9 I got is a song called Don't Go Out in the Rain.
Sounds like a good idea. Definitely.
Yeah. You don't go out in the rain, you're going to melt, sugar. Okay. Yeah,
Not without a raincoat or an umbrella over your head.
right. Number 8 I got is a Sam Cooke cover.
Oh,
A
wow.
Wonderful World.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Don't know much about history. Don't know much about.
Oh, yeah. Definitely got to give Sam Cooke his due, man. He came up with some
Yeah.
pretty damn good songs.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Was he ever in a band? Did he ever have a band?
Who,
Sam
Sam-
Cooke?
No, he was.
No, he had a backup group. He was a singer.
Yeah.
Right.
Solo artist.
Yeah, he came out with a lot of songs like I think it was, Having a Party, I think it was What a Wonderful World. Other songs, You Send Me, that was one of his biggest
That was
ones.
probably his biggest one.
Absolutely.
Which one was one of his biggest ones?
You Send
You
Me.
Send Me.
Yeah.
You Send Me?
Correct, yeah.
Hey, is he still alive? Is Sam Cooke still around?
No, he's
Oh, no.
deceased.
Was
He died from a
He was
gunshot
murdered,
wound.
actually.
Yeah, some lady in a hotel lobby shot him. I guess it was a scuffle, I
Oh.
guess.
Jeez.
Yeah. And it happened in 67 or 65, I believe it was.
Yes, somewhere
Yeah,
in there. Been gone a long time.
I bet you his signature's worth some money, if you signed
yeah.
any picture.
I think some
Yeah,
of that money some goes
lady in a
toward hotel lobby shot him, I guess. There we go. Yeah.
Okay, number 7 I got is This Door Swings Both Ways.
Ah.
Okay.
Anyone who works at a restaurant that can relate to that song there.
Yeah, you're going in and somebody's coming out, right?
Yeah.
And the old
Especially in the
saloon,
kitchen.
What?
You remember those old saloons? Those doors would swing both ways, right?
Yeah, even today in in kitchens and restaurants and golf clubs. They have the
Yeah.
same thing.
You got to have that.
I know that's
Yeah.
true. It's just, but in our case, at my former workplace, you had to go in one direction and go in another, coming in and out because too many
Yeah,
people
they usually.
running into one another, especially when you have a whole bunch of dishes and plates and stuff to give to the customers. Boom, all over the place, man. That has happened a couple times in the past. So they had to come up with this little solution where you have to, if you're going out to the dining room, you have to go through the right. If you're coming back in, you got to go through the left side. Yeah, kind of like the same thing with the traffic
Right.
here in the States, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 6, I've got another cover. This is a Kinks song, Dandy.
Ah, interesting there. The British invasion covers the British invasion. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, about a third of their songs or more were probably covers.
Ah,
Another cover at number 5 was Silhouettes, and I don't remember who did it.
oh wow. I don't think I've heard of that song before there.
Is took a walking past your house late last night. Saw the, I don't remember the exact words, but at any rate, he sees silhouettes on the shade doing stuff, and it enrages him. And he goes to ring the door and finds out it's the wrong house.
Oh, dude. Oh, dude. I remember Richard Pryor was making a joke about, coming home, trying to walk home after being in the bar all night, and he's walking up the wrong house, this wrong house. Well, which house is mine? Shit. How many people have had that happen to them?
Yeah, it's true.
And you guys, when that happens, Dr. Earl, a lot of people get, a lot of those people, they get murdered. They get shot.
Yeah, that's true.
Nowadays,
Yeah.
that's especially true. Wasn't so much the case back then.
I've watched a lot of these cases where they get super drunk and they go to the next door neighbor's house,
And they
thinking
think
it's their house?
think it's their house, and next thing you know, boom, they get filled up full of lead.
And you really can't blame the owner of the house because the owner of the house is thinking they're getting invaded,
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's really interesting.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, number 4, I got, this one, Mrs. Brown, You've Got a Lovely Daughter.
Oh yeah, definitely. We know that song there. If you
Now that little ticky-tack thing he does on the guitar,
yes.
he
I like
uses a handkerchief through
Oh.
the strings, which kind of mutes the strings a little bit.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen that song performed live.
I haven't really seen it, but I've got pretty much picked up the idea of what you're talking about there to make it so the sound a little bit more bim bim bum 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 something like
Kind
that.
of banjo without being a banjo.
I
And-
see there.
No.
Yeah, which by the way worked. When you first hear it, you can't help but think it was a banjo that they were playing.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like a muted banjo, but
Yeah.
it's a guitar with a handkerchief.
Ah,
What's the
interesting.
group called?
The song is called
Mem-
what's
go ahead.
up? What up, Jeebus?
Mrs. Brown. Mrs.
What's the
Brown,
group?
You've Got a Lovely Daughter.
And what's the group? Do you know the group name?
Hermits.
Hermits.
Yeah.
Hermits.
Yes.
Where are they from?
They're from
England.
England.
The
Like I said,
invasion.
the British invasion era.
Actually, all 4 groups we do tonight are from the British invasion.
okay.
Yes.
Cool. Well, thank you.
Number 3 is I'm Into Something Good, which was a pretty big hit for
I
them.
remember hearing that. Yes, I've heard that a couple
I
times
told you
at the
you'd hear that.
Goodwills. Yes. Yes, so that caught
Told
me
you
out.
you'd
That
hear
caught
something.
me. Absolutely, you're correct on that. That caught me off guard a little bit when you mentioned that. That's who does that song. Because I remember
Yep.
used to hearing that at the Goodwills here in Texas a lot of times.
Yeah. Number 2 I got is Can't You Hear My Heartbeat?
Nice. Nice title there. Can't you hear my
And-
heartbeat?
You're actually pretty close to melody, amazingly.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Number 1, I got a song called I Can Take or Leave You Lovin', which is a pretty nice little song. It's one of the last ones they did before they quit doing new stuff.
Wow. So it was their last recorded effort before they decided to become just a regular touring group.
I'm not sure of that, but I do know it was among the last songs they did.
Hmm. Now I'm beginning to wonder. I know Peter Noon decided to revamp Hermits. I guess with him as the only original member, from what I understand. This was back in around the 1980s. I remember there was a couple of programs about him. I know you remember the program America's Top 10 with Casey
Yeah,
the TV show. I think he was featured on that, on that program as well, doing some interviews, this and that here. I
that
guess he was.
wouldn't surprise me because he had a lot of songs that were in the top 10.
Yeah, I guess he was coming out with a solo record at that time. He was revamping his career, and I guess that stint on that program was one of the efforts to get that career going again. But this time, as I
Probably.
mentioned, a solo career. I guess it was, like I said, a solo album he did.
Yeah.
In fact,
Uh,
I remember Tommy James, the guy who wrote Crimson and Clover and Crystal Blue Persuasion. He released a record around that same period just as well. That was a big song that was a big hit.
yeah, I
I think it
can't think of
was,
the name.
I think it was Three Kinds of Love or something like that. I gotta look it up. Let me see if.
It doesn't sound familiar to me.
All right, I remember it was years back. Let me try to look it up here on. Let's
And I
see.
know Tommy James pretty well, actually.
Oh,
Well,
really?
not personally, but his stuff.
All right, let's see how we got. Tommy James and the Shondells. Not just Money Money. Come on, come on. Let's see what it was. I'm looking at
Maybe
Tommy
Ball of
James.
Fire.
Ball of Fire. Oh, wow. He has his own YouTube channel.
Huh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, just looking at it right now. Um, 23 gold singles, 9 platinum albums, and I forgot. I'm trying to
Guy
find
was
that.
good.
Yeah, he was. And it was, unfortunately, what you remember the Billy Idol's cover of Money Money and Tiffany's version of I think we're alone now. The songs you think he'd be I think he does receive a little bit of royalties from those covers, but I think what it is that he doesn't own the rights to those songs. I guess remember there at that time the managers and the publishing companies and the record labels owned the rights to those songs. What do you think about it there?
Yeah. Yeah, the worst case of that was what happened with Grand Funk Railroad.
Oh gosh, yeah, that was an atrocity. Also with everybody, yeah, which is why we advise everybody listening to read your contracts very carefully before you sign anything, folks.
Yep. Yep.
There's always that one clause that's going to fuck you up in the end there.
Yeah. And make you sorry.
Absolutely. And it's going to drag you out in court for God knows how many years.
Don't have much of a chance of winning.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, next group I got a top 15 for is the Hollies.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we know the Hollies because that's where Graham Nash came from.
Yeah, absolutely. We know the songs like The Air That I Breathe, which is the first song I heard from them. I remember hearing that at this one school. The teacher brought in this her collection of 45s and a record, one of those portable record players. I was listening to the headphones here during, I guess it was, forgot what period of time it was. And I think it was in the afternoon or early morning. And she would play this, and it was like, oh wow, it sounds like some sort of an anthem or something like that there. And of course,
Yeah,
later
I guess in
was
a way it was.
it was yeah, and of course, British television made a TV commercial, something about the environmental causes, or something like that, and that song was used in that particular commercial.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll get to that song.
Yeah, definitely.
Number 15 I got is a song they did called Russian Roulette,
Based on
which
the
wasn't a
game.
big hit, but it was a good song. I liked it. Well, this is my I like list anyway.
Yeah.
Number 14 is something called Jennifer Eccles,
Jennifer Echoes.
Eccles.
Oh, okay, I see now. I thought it was the echoes as in hello, 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 that kind of stuff
Right.
there.
No. And number 13 I got a song called Carrie Ann.
Interesting, the name there. We don't hear too many girls with that kind of name anymore when you think about it.
No, not really.
Maybe I would have
No.
Maybe if I have a daughter sometime, I should name her that.
Yeah. Number 12 I got is a song called Another Night, which is a pretty good song too. They didn't do a lot of covers. They did one or two here and there.
Ah.
Number 11, I've got a song you probably heard before.
Mm-hmm.
He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother.
Oh, absolutely. We know that song like the back of our hands. That's definitely a big. I think Cher did a cover. Oh, sorry. She did a cover of that song on her first record, believe it or not.
Well, I would have put it higher, but I got kind of the point where I was getting tired of hearing it. I
Yeah,
still
that's
like
true.
it, but
Yeah, it
they
is
play it a
true.
lot.
Yeah, but you know how that's how radio is. They got to rely on the hits. It's the hits that
Right.
keep the people coming. It's the hits that keep the people listening. You know, the people want the hits. Yep, 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 yep. That's how it is.
Yeah, and most times that's not even true.
Yeah.
Number 10, I got Magic Woman Touch.
Ah.
Number 9, I got The Air That I Breathe.
Oh yes.
Number 8's another one I'm pretty sure you've heard. Long Coat Woman in a Black Dress.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know, every time you see, if you're getting ready with your lady love there, and she wears something like that, definitely that's the song to play as she walks out of the room and saying, "How do I look, honey?
Yeah,
Let me put on the stereo here," and you see it. Walk out now, my love. Oh yeah, you look so fine. And while that song is playing in the background, definitely perfect timing to
yeah.
play that song there.
Number 7, I got off the same album is a song called Long Dark Road.
Hmm.
Number 6, I got is Dear Eloise. Number 5 is a really interesting song, and it's got a lot of banjo in it, of all things.
Wow.
It's a song called Stop, 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 and it's basically about a guy that's obsessed with a dancer, and he keeps going to the club, and she's dancing, and he keeps telling him, stop, stop, stop all the dancing, give me time to breathe. You know, stop, stop, stop all the dancing, or I'm going to have to leave.
Oh
And it's
wow.
talking about how he obsessed he is with her. It's a pretty good little song, actually.
And a pretty a point being proven in that song about people about probably one of the sounds like one of the first songs addressing sexual harassment.
Probably, but it's worth a listen. And like I said, it's got a banjo in it, which is unreal.
Definitely got to check that out. I'm always interested to hear certain things in certain songs that we
That's
don't
different.
expect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of the things that I pick up on a lot of times. Sometimes I'll listen to a song and be hearing it, and I'll pick up on, say, the bass or the drums or something like that, where most people listen to the singer singing or the lead guitarist or something like that. I just pick up whatever's interesting, which proves my point in the next song. I did pick up on the guitar. Look through any window. It's got a great 12-string thing in it that it
Oh,
starts with.
electric guitar.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So Roger McQuinn, if you're listening, you started the big trend. Keep that in mind.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Number 3, I got the song called "Pay You Back with Interest,"
Mm,
which is another pretty cool song.
nice.
And I know I have a number 2 here somewhere. Oh, there it is. "Tell Me to My Face," which Dan Fogelberg covered, I believe.
Oh wow. And Dan Fogelberg, he's no longer around, from what I understand.
No, he had cancer. Which one?
Wow.
Pancreatic, I believe.
Wow. That is sad because he did come up with some good songs there. We got to keep that in mind.
He came up with some
Longer,
absolutely great
Hotel
songs.
Hotel Hearts, a couple of good songs there, definitely. And that
Well,
title.
he did a great cover of "Rhythm of the Rain," the old Cascade song.
Oh yes, I remember that song. And
His cover is fantastic, actually.
Jeebus, he's typing something there. Um, he suggested, can we do a new list? Best soundtracks. We all get a chance to say. Tell you what, how does that sound to you, Ark?
Yeah, we could probably do that. Be a
Yeah,
good idea, actually.
Yeah, definitely. Because I have a few soundtracks that I deemed were pretty good there. I used to listen to. Some of them maybe be like maybe way awkward, but you can't help but listen. But you can't help it. They were unique at that time.
Yeah, there are certain soundtracks that I really liked.
Yeah. Let's plan a show. I said.
Uh,
Tell you what, GB's is still
maybe
there.
we'll do that. Maybe we can do that tomorrow night.
Yeah, I mean, our Jeebus, definitely we could do it. If you're in the, let me get myself together. I am game. Yeah, definitely. Let
Yes,
us.
absolutely, boys. I was just, a lot of this old school stuff I'm not so much familiar with, but if we can do soundtracks from whatever era and explain why you love those soundtracks, there are a lot of really good ones out there. Even, 80s, 70s movie soundtracks.
Yes,
Yep.
because I
And
like
there's
I
a lot of
said.
them that touch you for bizarre reasons. You just like them. No particular rhyme or reason to it. You just like them.
Yeah, and they got a really
Uh,
good mix of different bands on there. Even if they don't, for whatever reason, there's really good soundtracks out there. So,
Yeah, I could
yeah,
name a few.
I'm
I
going to
could name
make myself a list right here tonight. I'm going to make myself a top 20. And if you guys want to do the same,
yeah.
or top 10, and
top 10,
we can
top 5,
explain why
15, don't matter.
yeah, we can explain why we like those soundtracks. Maybe it was because it was a time in our life. We were a child at the time and we could really relate to that movie. And the soundtrack kind of just really grabbed us and took us to a special place in our life. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
Yep.
it'd be really cool. It'd be a really cool topic to explain. But go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's okay.
Oh,
Well, we
no sweat.
we got to give you credit for the inspiration for that idea. Definitely tomorrow night, Jeebus, if you're available, we will definitely call you. Get on the call, and we'll definitely do
Thank you.
this.
Oh, that'd be really fun. Thanks a lot,
Absolutely.
guys.
All
And
right.
and what we'll do is ping pong back and forth. Like you do your 20th, I'll do my 20th. Dr. Earl does
Yeah.
his 20th, and back and forth like that.
Yeah.
Do
Absolutely.
them one at a time.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely got something to look forward to tomorrow there. That's for sure. Something added new to this program.
Hmm.
And I'm sure one of us will mention that soundtrack the other two of us forgot. Because that's going to happen, I'm sure.
Yeah. Like I said, I have a few
Oh, yeah.
soundtracks. I got to work on. Have a few soundtracks that I definitely would definitely consider there.
You remember guys watching that first Ghostbusters movie?
Yes,
Holy.
I remember. Yes, I remember the
The
few.
music made the movie.
It helped definitely. I mean, or Ray Parker Jr., who by the way is still around. Keep in mind.
Yeah, and I read somewhere recently that he copied that song from
Huey
Huey
Lewis
Lewis.
and the News. Yeah, I want a
Yeah.
new drug. And I guess Huey Lewis, they
Huey
took him to
Lewis.
court. Yeah, Huey Lewis.
Huey
and the News.
Lewis wasn't not Huey Lewis in the movie Back to the Future?
Yes, he was. He was featured.
He
in a
was.
couple-
He was in the
It was-
gym. He was one of the teachers.
Yes, he was. It was a cameo.
Wow, look at all these little links, these little links of Huey Lewis and whoever it may be that we can attach to Hollywood. It's really fun and cool.
Yeah. And my
Sorry
number,
about that, Brown. You
No,
were
no
explaining
problem.
about Huey Lewis and he did something else.
Well, I'm not too. I forgot. I don't really remember what else he did other than film wise. Oh yeah, him and Gwyneth Paltrow's cover of "Cruisin'," the Smokey Robinson cover for that for that movie. I forgot the title of it, but I think it was around the 1990s. I think it was.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, well let's get back to what we were doing before. But go ahead. Sorry, boys.
No problem. Number one song I got for the Hollies was a song called King Midas in Reverse, which has some excellent musical stuff going on in it. It's a Graham Nash song,
Yeah,
but it's
nice.
got some really interesting musical stuff going on in it. It's worth a listen, believe me.
Arrangements, instrumentation, and stuff.
Yeah, and just the way it's structured. But basically, it's talking about, the story of King Midas.
King Midas. Yeah, with the golden touch. Absolutely there.
Well, apparently this song is about a King Midas in reverse, which everything he touched turned to crap. So,
Should probably call it King Crapola.
yeah. But it's a very, like I said, it's a very interesting song. And the musical arrangement and the lyrics and the content. Well, it's Graham Nash, you can tell.
Yeah, but he probably sings on it if I'm correct, right?
I believe that's correct.
Mm.
He actually does a live version of it on the remake of the reissue of Crosby, Stills and Nash 4-Way Street, where they added like 4 songs. That's one of them.
Ah. Because I remember back around 1983 or 82, 84, I guess, the Hollies did reunite for an album like titled what was it? And he did their cover version of "Stop in the Name of Love," and I guess the video for that was kind of like had an anti-nuclear war theme to it. There, no
Yeah.
nuclear war in the name of love, this and that. There.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess the next one I wanted to kind of go into was top 15 for the Dave Clark 5,
Yes.
which they had a ton of top 10 hits.
Yeah, but sad, and this is another thing to all these radio programmers out there. We mentioned this many times before, but sadly they don't want to because they rather focus where the money's at. The only played song they ever play is, of course, Glad All Over, but we're exposing the other songs that all the other people need to know about right here.
Well, actually, some of these you're going to go, oh, I know that song.
Okay.
Okay, number 15 is a song called Try Too Hard, which is a pretty nice old song. And then I got number 14 is Please Tell Me Why, which actually was an album cut, but it's pretty good. 13 I got is I've Got to Have a Reason, which was a hit for them. Number 12 I've got is 19 Days. That's a nice old song. And I know I have a number 11 here somewhere.
All right.
Oh, there it is. Good Time Woman.
Uh-huh.
Guess we kind of know what that's about.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
A little bit of fun.
Yeah. And number 10 is a song called At the Scene, which I believe is a cover of a Chuck Berry song.
Oh, interesting there. I don't think Chuck Berry wrote that song. Dude,
Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry, yeah, that Big Daddy of rock and roll right there. I didn't know he wrote a song of that order there.
I love Chuck Berry. Chuck
yeah.
Berry is my shit.
Oh,
He was on the Back to the Future, right? Chuck Berry.
Well,
Yeah.
No, actually,
Well, kind of on the phone.
yeah, absolutely. Well, what it was is that Marty McFly, played by Michael J. Fox, that did his cover version of one of his songs. I think it was Johnny Be Good.
Johnny
I guess
Be
he
Bad.
went nuts.
Johnny Be Bad.
Yep, Johnny.
And then one of the guys that was in the band, you could hear him calling, "Hey, Chuck, you got to hear this."
In the background. Yeah, in the background.
Yeah.
He's going, Chuck, you got to hear this. You got to hear this shit right now.
Yeah, I remember
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah, it was,
Number 9 I got is a song called Can't You See That She's Mine?
oh yeah. Well, I think we know the description of that song. The dude trying to tell this other dude, "Hey, can't you see she's my girlfriend, not yours?"
Right. Number 8's a cover of an old Coaster song, Do You Love Me?
Oh, do you love me?
Yep.
Bum 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 bum. Do you love? Oh my gosh.
Oh, no. Do you love me? No, no, no.
And I remember that. I remember the original.
By love. Do you love me? Yes, I do. Am I right? Is that?
Yeah, that's the
okay?
one.
Yeah, that's the one
That's
that I
the
remember
one.
on the movie Dirty Dancing.
Awesome.
Yeah. Number 7 I got the one you mentioned, Glad All Over.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, the one that the main one everybody goes to.
Yeah, and number 6 I got the song called I Like It Like That, which is a pretty cool song about they got a little place down the track. The name of the place is I Like It Like That.
Ah,
Pretty good song.
interesting there. Should be a good
Number 5
title.
I got. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, dude.
Number 5 I got is "Catch Us If You Can," which I believe was in one of. They did one or two movies, and I believe that was in one of the movies.
Oh, interesting.
And number 4 I got one you're gonna recognize, I think. "Bits and Pieces."
Oh,
You know, I'm in pieces, bits and pieces. Number 3 I got is an early anti-war song, "Come Home."
Hmm. Nice.
Alright.
I want to check that one out.
Talking about a guy who says, "As I write this letter today, tears start running down my eyes. I remember the things we used to say and the ties that bind. Only one
Nice.
thing I want to do, come home, come home." It's a pretty good song because you don't get the gist of what's going on till you really think about it. Oh, okay.
Any war songs, like that, about coming home to the family. They haven't been back to the family, and they're heartbroken. It's really good subject.
Well, we had covered or talked about 3 of them last show, or 4 of them that were
anti-war anthems. Oh, we it was about 5 of them. War by Edwin Starr, Sky Pilot by Eric Burden and the Animals, 2+2 by the Bob Seger System. The main one, of course, we all know like the back of our hands, War Pigs by Black Sabbath, and I forgot there was a 5th one. I forgot what it was.
Country Joe and the Fish. I feel like I'm fixing to die.
Yeah, that was a brutal one there. Absolutely.
Those are pretty emotional songs, you got to put yourself in their place. And when you put yourself in their place, man, that song means just that much more, You feel the emotion.
Yes.
And I'm going to mention another one now and another one a little later. The one I'm going to mention now is Loggins and Messina did a song called "Golden Ribbons," which is a very poignant song. It's worth a listen.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that called again?
"Golden Ribbons."
Golden Ribbons.
Yeah, "Golden Ribbons." It's by Loggins and Messina.
Yeah.
Okay. I have not heard that one yet, so I'll check it out on YouTube there.
Absolutely, man.
I think you'll listen to it and go, whoa.
Blow me away, I'll get emotional.
That's very possible because it does do a little tugging on your emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great song. Well, it's Loggins and Messina. What can I say?
Yeah. Same guys who wrote Your Mama Don't Dance, babe.
Well, yeah, but it's definitely not in that vein.
Exactly, yeah. You gotta remember, a lot of the songs that we're talking about, a lot of artists we're speaking about, put a lot of emotion into their songs, so you can feel what they're feeling just as well.
Yeah, and those are the songs that usually grab you the most. I know one in that vein is John Lennon, "Mother." When he sings that song, you can feel what he's feeling. I mean,
that
it's
whole
unreal.
that whole album he did, John Lennon / Plastic Ono Band, that was one of his. That record stood against everything the Beatles were about. When you listen to it,
wasn't that his only album? He didn't have any more albums than that one.
Oh no, he had a lot of them.
Did a lot of them. Walls and Bridges, yeah. Walls and Bridges, Mind Games, yep. Sometime in New York City, Rock and Roll. His last one, Double Fantasy, Milk and Honey.
I need to start collecting some of these John Lennon albums because John Lennon's the shit.
Oh yeah, you'll love
the anti-authority. He would be doing protests, in the park.
Yeah,
right,
absolutely. He was one of the biggest. Remember, Richard Nixon, who was the president at that time. He was trying to get him booted from the country because he had started up a big influence on the young people out there to go against Nixon's trades there. When you think about it.
Yeah.
And also, Jeebus here, check out the music video on YouTube for Mind Games. It shows him some footage from him in New York City there by himself. Yeah, because that video shows how much He loved New York City and how much New York City loved him back, without a doubt.
Well, when we
You
get
guys,
to
Arknolia and Dr. Earl, you guys should do just a show just on the conspiracy theory of John Lennon, like what exactly happened. You know, like a lot of people think that he's still alive. Did he get shot? Why did he get shot?
Oh, we
This
know why he got shot, because Mark David Chapman, the guy who shot him, hell, was a was a lunatic who believed that Lennon had sold out his radical beliefs when the
yeah,
70s ended,
well,
when the 70s ended.
when we get to Lennon, and we will do a whole show on Lennon and cover that.
Covered that whole
cool.
situation there, definitely.
Awesome. Thanks.
Number two, I got a song that was pretty big for them called "Because." It was a ballad, but it was a really nice ballad.
Nice.
And then my number one song, and I say my number one song because a lot of people wouldn't put this number one, but I did because I just like the song. It's called "Everybody Knows." And it's not they did two songs titled "Everybody Knows," but the first one's "Everybody Knows I Still Love You." And it's a good song. But this one was the one they did later, talk about "Everybody Knows You Said Goodbye, Everybody Knows." It's a great song, actually, about a guy that his girlfriend broke off with him because he was basically a scumbucket. Who'd we get?
Somebody, what the heck? Are you guys calling me again? Because it says here, Arknolia, Stroke of Being, Jeebus the God, or... You still there, guys?
I'm here.
Because I got this call on my phone here from you and the Jeebus.
Huh, interesting.
Huh. And I know Jeebus
Weird.
is still here. I don't know what the heck is going on.
Maybe it's Jeebus the fake. Who knows?
Come on, Jeebus, you there, dude?
We apparently lost him.
I still see his icon here.
Interesting.
All right.
Okay, the last guy I was going to cover in this show, and then we can talk about something else, was Donovan.
All right.
And let me see if okay, I didn't put his anti-war song. Well, Hurdy Gurdy Man is technically an anti-war song.
Really?
But he did one called "To Susan on the West Coast Waiting" from Randy in Vietnam Fighting, which is another anti-war song about, hey, I'm away, I'm not here anymore.
Yeah. Now I had to run with I got one of the only record I had from him was Donovan's Greatest Hits, and
well, most of my top 10 is going to come from that.
Absolutely, I know some of those songs pretty much you're going to speak of here.
Yeah. Number 10 I got is "Catch the Wind." I like the folky version better than I like the long drawn out one they did later. It's about 2.5 minutes and it's really folky and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, to be honest, I don't know if it's number 9 songs on that album or not. It's one called "Barabajaggle."
I don't think I've heard that one before. No.
It's an interesting little song.
Interesting title as well.
Yeah. Number 8, I got a song called "Lelania," which is kind of about a lady of the evening, her lot in life, and things of that nature. Number 7, I got the song. It's a bouncy little song. It's called "Happiness Runs in a Circular Motion." And number 6, I got "Sunshine Superman."
Oh yeah, I remember hearing that song as well.
Great little song. And then number 5, I got "There Is a Mountain." First there is a mountain, then there is,
yes.
Then there is. Yeah. And I told you that Allman Brothers did like a 32-minute jam based on the melody of that song.
Yes.
Which is absolutely cool. Worth a listen. Number 4, I got "Epistle to Dippy." Now there's a title.
Nice.
Number 3 I got is "Season of the Witch." That's been covered a lot.
Oh man, and that song, the Deppy, has been featured a lot of movies there, a lot of suspenseful movies there. I remember it was featured in the movie More American Graffiti. I remember seeing that on the cable television there.
Yeah, and that song was covered by a lot of different people.
Absolutely.
Great song. Number two, I like the story in this song is Atlantis.
Oh yeah, I remember that's hearing the. There was a black and white music video for the movie. I guess it was for these programs like Beat Club. I think it was.
Right.
Yes, and it was. I remember hearing that on the radio a couple of times there. Pretty interesting story there.
Yeah, it was big when it came out. It was
Yeah,
played a lot.
yeah, because it
Uh,
added to the myth of of this. I remember there was a lot of topics of that of the particular city. Did it actually exist, or did something happen to it?
right.
Did it meet the same fate that the city Pompeii did?
Yeah, for who nobody really knows because obviously if it did exist, those people are gone.
Yeah,
So,
and of course
you
it
know,
became the basis for the comic book, The Submariner, that Marvel put
right,
it out. I guess it was in
right.
the 1960s, if I remember.
Yeah. And then my number one song, gee, can you guess?
Let me guess. So we all know it. Yep, absolutely. Hurdy-gurdy man, correct?
Absolutely. That's got for that period of time an absolutely killer guitar solo in
I
it.
remember hearing that as well. I used to play it with it was included the greatest hits that I had back in my way early teens had a killer ass song there. Yeah, and I think,
I
remember
mean,
the
it's
Butthole Surfers. You know that the alternative band they did their version. If I remember hearing that on the radio program years ago.
I don't think anyone's ever going to beat the
The
Donovan
original,
version of that.
absolutely there. I mean, if I remember back in I guess in the 1990s, he came out. He released an album, comeback album on Rick Rubin's Deaf American recordings. I guess it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He found an ally with Rick Rubin there, the Def Jam rate label. He recorded an album called Sutras. I guess it came out. What was it? I forgot what. 1994. When that record came out. I remember he was interviewed for a program called on Canadian television named Pamela Wallen Live, I guess it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But I would like to have, I'm going to say it again. I'd like to have people that listening to this,
Yeah.
if you've got a list that you'd like to publish, put it in the comments. If you've got some favorites, because like I said, this is an opinion piece. I mean, this doesn't make this doesn't make these the best songs, the best songs, the best songs. And I'm sure I missed some. I mean, a lot of work goes into looking all this stuff up. So I try to stay a little bit ahead, and I'm pretty far ahead, but it looks like I'm going to be working on soundtracks today.
Yeah, or I'm definitely got to add in because as I
Or-
mentioned earlier, I have a few that I got to mention. Not necessarily a top 10, but probably a top 6 or a 5 there.
Oh, I could probably easily come up with a top 10. Top 20 might be possible. I'd have to wait until I get into it, and then I can tell you. Because off the top of my head, I can think of 4 or 5 right off the bat. That being the case, that means there's 4 or 5 others for sure that I can think of when I think of it.
You know, so I'm wondering, Jeebus, are you still there, dude?
I guess we lost him.
I don't know, but let me see here. It says that he's still. I know. I still see his icon. Do you still see his picture there on the Skype?
Well, I'm minimized, so I don't see anything.
Let me see if I can add him to the program there. I don't know what it is. Blah 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 here. I don't know if he. I guess he got offline there, but that's not showing here. Jeebus. Let's see here. What the fuck, dude? Son of a name goat, motherfucker. I don't know what the heck happened to him there.
I don't know.
All right, so
Well, while we're thinking about it, uh, I like to mention people that I kind of forgot about.
yeah,
And I think I got into John Mayall last time.
yes, we mentioned about
That
him when
guy has probably 40 albums or more. He's been at it since the 60s. And he's run through a lot of people that have been through the group.
yes,
Uh, Most notably are Eric Clapton and Mick Taylor.
yep, and I
Uh,
believe Mick Fleetwood and John McVie as well.
Probably so. He pretty much, if you were anybody, you were in the band at one time or another. Um, One album, well, one track in particular, that I'd like to recommend is he did something called Bare Wires. And there's a song on there called the Bare Wires Suite, which is about 25 minutes, but it's 5 different songs interlaced. And it is good stuff.
All right,
It gets, I think if you were to sit and listen to it, again, it's 5 different songs that are just kind of interlaced with each other. And it kind of does a little bit of everything, but I think it's worth a listen for anybody that got 25 minutes to spare.
okay,
That one came out late 60s, early 70s, somewhere in that range. But I believe Mick Taylor's on that album.
Mick Taylor,
And
who
that's
later, of course, later joined the Rolling Stones, replacing Brian Jones.
yeah, yeah. But that's a nice little song. And Mayall did quite a few. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there that I touched on Dave D, Dozy Beaky, Megan Titch last time, but
Yes,
they did a song that has got a lot of heavy guitar in it called Hold Tight. Um, then there's, well, the move.
yes, yeah, yeah. Jeff Lynne, Roy Wood, Bev Bevan, before they became the Electric Light Orchestra.
Yeah, and Wood was only on the first album.
Yeah, I know. No Answer, which I have downloaded on my phone, which definitely I highly recommend, folks. This is
Oh, it's
before
worth a
tele.
listen.
Absolutely, because I remember I was playing that album at my previous job, and one of the cooks, she was like, what group is this? I told them it's Electric Light Orchestra, their first record, and it's like it sounds like Elgnor Rigby when you think about it. There.
Yeah. Yeah, and one song comes off the top of my head that I remember. It's 10538 Overture,
Yes. Yeah.
which
Remember
is a
that?
good song.
Very good song. I mean, I think Jeff Lynne's ELO, as it is now called, they still do that song, believe it or not.
Probably so. And 2 songs I'd like to mention that if you're going to hunt up Move, that are definitely, or 3 actually, is Message from the Country is a nice little song. It's got some good harmonies in it, good vocals. It's a decent song. And then if you want an early heavy song, Brontosaurus.
Right.
That song is heavy. It's a precursor to metal, believe me.
Ah.
And then, of course, they wrote Do Ya,
Do Ya, the
which,
original Do Ya, which, of course, Jeff Lynne brought on. He wrote the song, sang on it. And, of course, he decided, to redo the song, which became a major hit. The album A New World Record for the ELO there. I had that album, by the way.
which is ironic because in my mind, the original version by Move is far superior. That's an opinion, but it is it does a lot of things that the newer one doesn't do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's well done, and they did a lot of things that were interesting.
Yeah.
There's another song called "Hike and Hear the Grass Grow," which is a good one that was later covered by the Blues Magoos.
Yeah. And by the
Which
way,
we'll
we
touch
also,
on the Blues
of
Magoos.
course, we cannot forget Ace Frehley, the former Kiss guitarist. He had a record called Trouble Walking. I guess it was, I guess he did his cover there of that song. I remember seeing the video for that as well.
Yeah, that's a nice little song too, which is worth a
Yeah.
look and a listen.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I've spurred people on to
Check
kind of take a
these.
listen to some of this stuff, because you might be amazed, and again,
Absolutely.
you might not. Who knows? But you'll probably remember that we didn't have the production that we have nowadays, and
Yeah.
hesitated using the word values, because I think today's production is actually
Lacking a lot of
overproduced.
values. We touched upon this before many times.
Yeah, because
Look
it's
at
lacking a lot of value.
absolutely. I'm going to try and Jeebus, are you still there, dude? Jeebus, I know for some reason still on. It says I still see his icon on the screen here, but yet we don't hear from him.
Yeah, I hope this doesn't happen tomorrow night.
I hope not. As I don't know. Let's see if let me see if I can add him again to the program here, and I'm trying to find him. I tried doing that earlier, but
Well, while we're waiting for that, let's also talk about the soundtrack thing, in case it runs short, because I have a feeling it will.
yeah,
Let's go ahead, and if you've got a chance or you already got an idea, let's do another list. Let me see who might be the best thing. Maybe the Kinks.
yeah.
Yeah, let's do, because that can be. It's 15 for me too.
Because they have a lot of songs out there that definitely need to be acknowledged there.
Yeah, because there's a lot of songs that are good, and in some cases, some deep cuts that you're kind of like, oh, that's not too bad,
Yeah,
sort of thing. And then a lot of their songs that kind of were semi hits didn't get the play they deserved by the radio.
and believe me,
So
there's a few out
we'll
there
get
that
into that.
absolutely there. I got you know what? I should probably come up with my top 10 or
See,
top 7 or top 5 King songs there because there was a few that I remember that were pretty good there.
well, if you can find 15, that'll be good. I found 15
Yeah,
and didn't put everything on it I wanted to.
yeah.
I had some that got left off the list because I ran out.
I, right
I
now
basically did.
on my Google Images. Right now, I'm looking as I speak these words. I'm looking at images of the when the a guitar that Brian Jones really brought out to the public when he was still with the Stones. There, it is the Vox Teardrop guitar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I heard somewhere that, or read somewhere that Brian Jones was a better guitarist
then
than
Keith
Keith
Richards.
Richards,
Yeah, I remember
and
hearing about that.
he's the one that taught Mick Jagger how to play harmonica,
Ah,
because
so
he
he
could
was.
play harmonica.
Yeah,
And actually, originally he was going to be the guy that was in front, and it got changed to Mick, I suppose, for some
yes.
reason. I'm not sure exactly why. I haven't got it that deep into it, but
Oh shit, man! I
that,
gotta.
that
Oh shit! I just saw this one. I was thinking about this, and I just saw it on the image here. Now we know the Michael Schenker's the black and white design on his Flying V.
right.
Yes, I see right now. I will download this and put this in the Skype chat. Okay, and I was thinking about this for some reason there. I don't know why it's taking too long to download on this damn thing here. Okay, there. And it's being downloaded right now. I gotta definitely. I thought about this.
Yeah, and I'm going to mention to Jebus, if you know of the Kinks, because they went into the 70s, 80s, and I believe even the 90s.
Yeah.
If you can think of 15 songs by them, that's great. Although I'm going to tell you that a lot of my songs are going to be from the early years and mid more than anything.
Okay, there. It should be come on, come on, come on. Okay, there. I'm going to put this in
And in
the
this
Skype.
case, okay, in this case, I don't think you're going to guess my number one.
Right. All right, there it is. It's in the Skype chat. I saw this. I'm like, holy cow, dude. Holy cow. It's a now it says here in the description it's a David Bowie Vox guitar, but you look at the design from it. I don't know if you could say I ever saw it there. It's the exact same design as the Michael Schenker Flying V, the black and white, one side black, one side white there, and I don't know if you could see it, Ark, but I was thinking
I
about.
can't. I can't do it now, but I'll do it when we're done.
Oh, wow. Because I was thinking about this while I was at my at work at one time doing the dairy out there. I was thinking about, would it be cool to have a guitar of that particular design.
Yeah.
I would, and of course, the guitar I have, like the Strat copy, the Lakes LYX Pro there. I was thinking about sometime if I was going to either putting some design like either an Eddie Van Halen design or the Michael Schenker design. I made a video about it a couple years ago about doing something like that, but still I have yet to even do that. There.
Oh wow.
Okay. All right.
But I was trying to figure out a way we could encourage people to do stuff. I'd like to encourage people to subscribe to my channel.
Yes, definitely.
I don't do anything right now except for the Dr. Earl stuff, but I don't know. Maybe I'll move on to some other things and explore some stuff. Who knows?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. How is your channel doing there? Doing pretty good there?
Let me see. I think
Hmm.
I'm at 6 whole subscribers.
Wow, six subscribers.
Wow.
Ah, you're getting up there. Maybe this program is helping your channel out there pretty good there.
Yeah. Shooting for 10.
Oh, right now mine is at around 337 at the moment there.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
I know the one let's see blah 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 here. I know
Well, I sent.
the one that I recorded for the one I recorded this past Thursday with Jeebus and Minnesota Vikings and Silver Row Hunter. I know. Let's see. It was the second half of Reels Fuck TV, and right now all this. So far, it's only got 10 views. But like I said, I wasn't able to do a live stream with those cats because I was on my way home during the first hour of that program for
Right.
my job. I
Right.
got right off as soon as they started their show. So I was calling in on from my cell phone there and earbuds, because while I was on the way home.
Yeah. I did send an email to Vince Russo because I thought he might be interested because he's big on music,
Yeah.
but I haven't heard anything back.
Well, I don't think.
So I don't even know if he read
Well,
my email.
maybe. Well, I have him on my. I added him on my Skype there, and possibly I could probably send a message through there. I'm also looking to send a message to Tommy Yancey 2010, about him participating on one of our programs here, giving his weigh in on some of the stuff that we're discussing.
Well, that would be okay, except I don't think he really knows anything about music before about 1980.
Or 1990.
But I could be
That's
wrong.
what he was born there, definitely.
But I could be wrong. I mean,
Who knows?
my son is a big fan of music in the 60s and 70s, and he was born in 73. So
Wow.
a lot of that's from me listening.
But then again, you never know. I remember reading a couple years ago in the issue of Rolling Stone that a lot of the young kids out there were getting into classic rock. But the thing is, it's mostly the stuff by Jimmy, Pink Floyd, The Wall, and Voodoo Child and that stuff. And of
Well, you
course,
got to dig deep.
yeah, that's one of my suggestions. That's one of the big rules even me and YR, we were doing Metal Maniacs uh, early months ago, we were just suggesting people doing the same thing. Dig deeper, folks.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the purposes of this list thing is to give, and I try to mention songs from people we don't do lists on so that you get a chance to look into other things. I mean, it's like another band from England that never hit it big in the States was The Nice,
Oh
which
yeah,
is
that's with Keith
Keith Emerson.
Emerson prior to joining Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Think about that, man.
They do a killer version of America, which is a classical piece by Leonard Bernstein.
Ah,
And then they do something called Rondo, which is good too, which when you hear it, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, I get it. Um, and they have a lot of pretty good stuff. It's reasonably decent to listen to. And of course, it's keyboard heavy.
absolutely. How many keyboard? I was talking to a buddy of mine back in Michigan. His name was Mark. Mark, who lived out in the Ann Arbor area there. We were talking about he was a keyboard player. He was in industrial music like a Wumscott, Skinny Puppy, Frontline Assembly, bands like How Job and stuff. And I was like, it would be cool sometime if some of the keyboard players in these groups, would do something like a keyboard solo, similar to what Keith Emerson did when it is during his heyday with Emerson, Lake and Palmer, because this dude was able
Right.
to crank out some fucking massive solos on those albums he did.
Yeah. And actually, he was the primary soloist. You didn't hear that many guitar solos.
Yeah, and the other two that came close was John Lord of Deep Purple, who sadly long,
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely, because he's no longer, because he also often pioneered something like a dirty organ sound there. He would add I guess it was a distortion pedal to his
Yeah.
through his amplifier, for what I understand. I know he did that with
Yeah.
the introduction of the song "Lazy" from the Machine Head album there. And another person who cranked on the organ as well would have to be Tom Schultz from the band Boston.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
the solo he did on the song "Smokin'" on the first Boston record? That's him.
Yeah. And then you've got Foreplay, that opening thing for Foreplay in Long Time.
Yes, that still played on the song, played on the radio to this very day. And there was this one piece
Yeah.
that was on the third stage record entitled, "The Launch," which leads up to the track "Cool the Engines" from the third stage album. Which, by the way,
Right.
if anybody has not heard, only know the first record and the second record, if you haven't had a chance to listen to the third stage album, what the heck is up with you, dude?
Well, I consider the Boston debut album to easily be one of the top 10 debut albums of all time. Easily.
Because look how many copies that album sold, and
Yeah. But
how
it's one of those things. See, to me, a debut album that puts the group out there and you kind of go, whoa, I got to hear more. That's a debut album.
and of course that we all talked about. We all know this. For those who didn't know, that record took 5 years, I guess 5 or 6 years to make.
That's why it was so long between the first and second one, because it pretty much took that amount of time for the second one.
Because
And
Schultz, believe it or not, did the producing, the songwriting, and the engineering from the basement
yeah,
of his Boston home. There, he was working as I guess for Polaroid, for I understand, Polaroid Industries, and Schultz
good
is
thing
one
you
of the,
found music.
yeah, Sch- Schultz is one of those guys that really take a lot of time making this because he wants to make sure the quality, the production, everything, the beats, the guitar riffs or bass riffs or organ here and there, wants to be top notch perfect. He doesn't want to
Right,
deliver second rate music there.
right.
You know.
And another one of those top 10 debut albums in my mind, and always will be there,
Yep.
is the Led Zeppelin debut.
Oh hell yeah! For me,
When I heard that, when that came out, I looked at it. I was working at a Gibson's then, and I looked at it and I was going, this looks interesting, because it was in an 8-track, and I plugged it in and it started off with Good Times, Bad Times, and I'm going, wow, this is good. And then I kept hearing more and more and more and more and more of it, and I was like, you know what? There's not a bad track on this album. There's no filler, nothing.
agreed.
This is, a lot of groups will throw filler on an album, especially the 60s.
Absolutely.
And there was no filler on this album. I mean, it was there all along. I mean, it was incredible.
You know what?
I sat there and I listened to that thing and I said, this is the best album I've ever heard at that time.
You know what?
This is the best album I've ever heard.
You know what? New thing that just came to my mind. Top 5 debut albums for me. Definitely, I got to put my list up there. Definitely, because there's a few I got to throw in it as well that really grabbed my attention. And everybody else is there.
Yeah, I could do that too.
Yeah.
Because the Black Sabbath one was close.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, that one was good.
Beyond
and it was
good.
Different.
Dude, I remember, man, I used to, I think I told this story before to you. I discovered that record from a neighbor's cassette tape. I borrowed it a couple times. It was raining outside when I first heard it. And so I was, I was intrigued by the sound, the production, the style of the songs that were playing there, especially with the whole track Warning, which, by the way, was originally done by a band called Ainsley Dunbar's Retribution, believe it or not.
Yeah, it must have been interesting to hear that song in the rain and hear the song Black Sabbath. Because it starts with that rain and storm.
Thunderbolts shout going off in the background.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I had an old Tiesco guitar that my parents got for me from an old Kmart store back in 1978. And I was trying to trying to learn the songs from that record, the first Black Sabbath disc, in my old garage, and believe it or not, I did. There was a couple times I tried playing the guitar in there when the guitar was, believe it or not, flooded with water underground there.
Wow.
And I don't know what I was thinking at that time, but at the time I was in my early teens and my head was not on straight, as you can probably tell by telling this story. But I was trying to learn the songs from that record while...
Yeah.
Because it was a good album to play when the rain was falling, believe it or not. When it just got done raining, you're just trying to learn that song. Because that was one of the great albums to listen to while it was raining, believe it or not. Because obviously the beginning of that album, for obvious reason there.
Oh, I meant to ask you. Mm-hmm. Did you ever get a chance to listen to that Southwest Stuff OB song?
Oh, fuck. Earl, what the fuck you thinking, dude? I gotta, you know what? Southwest SOB, I gotta definitely look it
FOB.
up. FOB.
Yeah, because it starts out kind of interesting, the little organ thing going on. Mm-hmm. And I think we discussed that England, Dan, and John Ford were in this group.
Yes. Texas bass band. I'm looking it up on YouTube right now, and I promise after we're done, after this program is done, we're gonna definitely listen to it.
That, and they did another one called Nadine, which was a Chuck Berry cover, and those were basically their two singles.
Smell of Incense is another one.
Yeah, Smell of Incense. It's about 2.5 minutes. Like I said, it starts off with a real nice organ thing, but it gets into some pretty cool
And
guitar too.
it has a YouTube mix on here like Green Skies Tomorrow, Bells of Babylon, and another thing. Definitely, I got you know what? We're done with this show here, and that definitely when we I'm gonna definitely start listening to it. Definitely.
Well, I didn't steer you wrong with Blood Rock, did I?
Hell no, you certainly did not. With that song you told me about, damn.
Yeah, it's kind of gruesome to listen to, but
Yeah, it's a very
I
eerie
like it.
listen. Absolutely there. Definitely. Let's see how we what's we're on the let's see how we're doing on here on the time limit here. We're about almost 90, about 10 minutes from completing the 90-minute mark here there.
Really?
Yes, we have. I think we started about it was about I think it was quarter after 6 when we started our program tonight here.
Oh, well, I guess we're making up for lost time.
Yes, we certainly did there. Definitely. I don't know if you want to carry on for the next couple of minutes here, or you want to close the show
Oh,
now,
let's
or
kind of
close the
let's
show.
kind of go for a close, but kind of discuss that tomorrow night with Jeebus. We're going to do a top. I'm going to try for 20 soundtracks, and we'll cover the kinks too, because the soundtracks thing won't take. I don't think it'll take about a half an hour or less.
And plus,
Uh,
as something I also threw in, as you mentioned, we mentioned the top 5 or top 10 debut albums of all time. Definitely.
yeah, and hopefully Jeebus hears that.
Jeebus, I don't know what the heck happened with you, dude. Definitely, I'll message you on Skype when we're done here with this show here, and we'll most definitely try to get you on, see if you can have your list to the stuff that we talked about here. Maybe you have personal favorites of your own you like to add into this program. We definitely welcome that to you.
Yeah, and that's the other thing with anybody's listening to this. As we go, if you can think of a group and or artist that you'd like to hear, how we rate, say some of their songs on a top list of some sort, put it in the comments.
Yeah, and like I said, I definitely got to add my list to these with these. I'm getting tongue tied here, folks.
Well,
When
we're reaching a point that you know these artists better.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I got to start adding my here because I feel like a fucking dimwit by not contributing because I'm so busy with the stuff going on here at home and my job and everything else here. Like earlier on, we had to me and my sister had to go out to the eyeglass factory, America's Best, because and this is one of those oops upside your head type of stories you don't realize. I gotta tell you this, man. As you know, I got me some new contacts from that place a couple weeks back. I tried them on, but yet I was having trouble seeing things. Things were blurry there. We set up an
Yeah.
appointment a week ahead of time before today because I was off today, and my sister worked at about 1:30. We our appointment was at 3 p.m. today. We go in there. We just talk about what was wrong. And the eye doctor, she was like, like reading the prescription, such and such. She was like, "Wait a minute. By chance, are you sure they're the right and left contacts you were putting in?" Because she looked at some of the charts here. So like, you know what, Earl? I think they switched the wrong contacts for your eyes. What it was
Oh,
is that the left, what was supposed to be the contacts for my right eye, was originally supposed to be for my left eye, and vice versa.
oh, wow.
Yeah, so we finally switched them in, and I'm wearing them correctly. And as you can see, oh my gosh, me and my sister were dying laughing when we found out about this. Whoever did this switched the wrong where the context was supposed to go to.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so gosh, oh dude, I was like, on the way back, I was thinking about what Bullfrog said. Do your fucking job before you take your wrenches away from you.
Yeah.
Oh God, that came exactly close to my mind when I was on the way back from there. We were laughing about it. We were talking about it to my brother-in-law about the whole thing there. He had the same thing years back when he was trying to fit in some contacts, Dude.
Right.
Oh man. One of those oops upside your head type of moments there, we would call it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it happens. No big deal.
Yeah, shit like that does happen. So obviously I don't know who somebody goofed there, but it saved us a lot of trouble. We was going to go through the aggravation of trying on this pair of contacts, this other pair of
Right.
contacts, and that would have meant more money spent. So thank goodness this doctor that we saw here, who was a different doctor than the one we originally saw there, she pointed out the problem, and thank goodness to her for doing this so. Because, like I said, we would have had to spend more money, more aggravation, more bullshit here. So definitely, we got to. I had to tell that story from earlier on today. Oh gosh. Oh
Well,
gosh.
that's
All
yeah.
right. All right. I think that's going to probably do it for this evening here.
Yeah,
Epis
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck happened with the Jeebus here. I know his icon is still on my screen here, and
Well, just send him some messages and
I will definitely
update him.
definitely want to get to do so later on this evening. And say, hey Jeebus, so we're still looking for you to being part of our top 10 list for tomorrow night there.
Yeah, I'll see how many soundtracks I can find.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it won't be a top 10, but probably be a top 5 or 6 or 7 there for my part. And of course,
Oh, I
top,
don't know. Once you get into it, you might find 10.
yeah, who knows there. Anyways, and we're going to end the show up here for tonight. And like I said, tomorrow night we're going to do what we talked about moments ago here. And possibly we'll get Jeebus back on definitely for for tomorrow night there. And this will be episode 21 there, and we're going to definitely hopefully, like I said, get Jeebus back on the call here for tomorrow
Sounds good.
night. If it's not, we will. It'll be just us two, as always,
Right.
folks. And once again we look for input from everybody out there. You know what? I should do a video later on this evening while I'm out, because I'm planning on doing my what is called the techno stroll, since it's the weekend and since no clubs are open around this time thanks to this
Right.
coronavirus bullshit. So when I've talked about this before a few times, where I play some techno sets I have on my MP3 on my phone here, and I prance around, moving a little bit here, go to different areas of the area that we have here. I did that a lot during the summertime there. Made a lot of videos while as well, a lot of call-ins on programs, whether it was Joe Cronin's or Foulmouth Networks a couple of times. I don't know if
Right.
Foulmouth is doing their Insomniac episode, but definitely if it was so, I'll definitely call in. I should definitely should probably call in, see what the subject that you're talking about here, because I don't know what's. Either way, there, I'm getting tongue tied here. Definitely, when it gets to that, I should just stop here. Yeah,
Right.
or because I'm gonna sound like a bat rambling baboon for some dumb reason there.
Okay. Well, I guess then it's time to close it off, and we'll see everybody hopefully tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Arknolia and the Doctor, episode 21 of our Music Memories series. I'm going to definitely do a lot, get a hold of Beavis, leave him some messages and get my list here going here. So,
Okay.
and once again, thanks for everybody for watching this program here. And for Arknolia and myself, this is Arknolia and the Doctor. You everybody have a good one, all right?
All right.
All right.
And talk to y'all later.
Bye-bye. I definitely got to